Before the organization of NOW, women were being discriminated against and received unfair treatment just because of their sex. Through the works of the NOW organization, women received multiple new laws that guaranteed them rights and protection. Two of the main laws were the 19th Amendment and affirmative action. Without the NOW organization, there is a good chance that women would not have the rights they do today.
NOW was founded on June 30th, 1966 in Washington, D.C. Established by 28 women and men attending the Third National Conference of the Commission on the Status of Women. The 1966 conference delegates were prohibited by the administration's rules for the conference from even passing resolutions recommending that the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission enforce its legal mandate to end sex discrimination. Betty Friedan, the author of The Feminine Mystique, also organized the nationwide women's strike for equality. Friedan also joined other leading feminists to establish the National Women's Political Caucus. Friedan was also a strong supporter of the proposed Equal Rights Amendment. Reverend Pauli Murray was one of the other founders of the Women's Rights Law Reporter, the first legal periodical to focus exclusively on women's rights. In 1977, she became the first African-American woman to be ordained as an Episcopal priest. And Shirley Chisholm, who was also one of the first black women elected to Congress, on January 25th, 1972, she became the first major party black candidate for President of the United States, and was the first woman to run for a Democratic presidential nomination. The movement was spawned by the book The Feminine Mystique. NOW's intent was to work to secure political, professional, and educational equality for women. During the 1970s, feminist leaders promoted the Equal Rights Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. After Congress approved the amendment in 1972, it was quickly ratified by 28 states. By 1973, of the needed 38 states, 35 have ratified the amendment, but no remaining states would ratify the Equal Rights Amendment.
The movement they were fighting for was connected to civil rights for African Americans by having some of the same goals they wanted to achieve, such as equal rights and equal opportunity. Like African Americans, women were being discriminated against and were not receiving voting rights and were being passed over for jobs and education just because they were women. Another connection they have is the fact that women's civil rights movement came on the heels of African American movements and received a huge boost in terms of organizations such as NOW and confidence in receiving rights after equal rights for African Americans were pushed through, and they were receiving all kinds of new laws protecting them. These rights for women were guaranteed through the 19th Amendment, which guaranteed basically the same rights given to African Americans through the 14th and 15th Amendments.
Today, the National Organization for Women is the largest organization of feminist activists in the United States. NOW has 500,000 contributing members in all 50 states since its founding in 1966. NOW's goal has been to take action to bring about equality for all women. NOW works to eliminate discrimination and harassment in all workplaces, schools, the justice system, abortion, birth control, and reproductive rights for all women, and promote equality and justice in our society. At around the 1970s, feminist ideas and empowerment began to enter the American mainstream. M's Magazine became the leading voice of the feminist movement. Its author, Gloria Steinem, was a journalist who had previously achieved fame for her undercover expose of the goings-on at a Playboy club in NYC. She was also an outspoken supporter of the ERA. Miss, whose name derived from a form of address coined by feminists opposed to the traditional labels Miss and Mrs., became a popular forum for women's issues not previously covered in the mainstream press. She is currently at work on Road to the Heart, America, as if Everyone Mattered, a book about her more than 30 years on the road as a feminist organizer, and with the Sophia Smith collection at Smith College on a project to document the grassroots origins of the U.S. feminist movement.
The NOW movement was the leading cause in attaining rights by being the main voice of the cause, and without the NOW organization and its leaders, women of today would have limited rights and would be unable or have to overcome great odds to acquire a job.